Hey guys, quick video here. I just want to say somebody must have asked. When I put up about having a spiritual gathering, somebody must have asked God whether you're saved or not, whether you're a Christian. I told you guys just ask God and connect with God that way. Somebody must have asked because I got called down to this basement. There was a bunch of people here, and then I was told that these are the people watching your YouTube videos, these are subscribers. I'm not getting as many YouTube views as I used to. I kind of took a hiatus in here, but it makes sense where I'm at and the work I've been putting into this YouTube channel and all my other facets and stuff like that. But I said let's hold up some spiritual realm. I have other business out here. This isn't my main. So my main goal isn't to be a YouTube preacher to make money. My main goal is to be a rapper for money. My main goal isn't to be a person who has notoriety for money. But I was called down here in the basement, and there was a lot of people here. It wasn't like millions or nothing like that. But I want to say it was almost like 100, maybe over 100 people. And it was like my wall was open up in the basement so everybody could see what I was doing. And it was my YouTube community. And the way it's set up with God, he showed me all the witchcraft and stuff that's boxed up. And when I say boxed up, it means God's protecting you, but he wants you to see everything. And the spiritual realm is life, so I'm able to go through a lot more of my spirituality. Excuse me. But what happened is there was a lot of people there, and I was about to leave. They said, God's showing us stuff about you. But there were people down underneath my YouTube channel getting judged who I actually addressed before in life. But this is God reeling my stuff through to me. So they're learning about all this stuff I was talking about that I had attained, and they're doing it in a special way. But the way you want it, Cartier, you don't want to know if they're trying to block you off, but you meet the person and then they leave. And there are other people running all types of witchcraft gimmicks and stuff, but they don't realize when they do it to me, what really happens is their whole life gets boxed up and they're about to go to hell. So a lot of people are realizing the detriment of being false in general, or using false religions, falsehoods, just by coming across me, or by trying to run things on me because of notoriety, or because they see me as an easy target or whatever. But they're realizing that it's over with. It's time to wrap it up. When you're doing these things out in life, it doesn't always seem like things are that immediate, but it always is. And they know it's bad. They know it is immediate. But life goes on. But like a thief in the night, that's when he shows up. But whoever asks, I really appreciate you. I really do thank God for you. So I just want to keep moving on. And if you want to ask God to connect, we could do that. But it was kind of stuff like a secret church, but it's not really like that, because I feel like it's not really a time where they're really slaughtering Christians in the street. They're not really doing that type of stuff yet. But I'm pretty sure God's gearing it up, so I have my own spiritual field or energetic field. And it's set up like this for a reason, because everybody isn't saved. So I have my own energetic field, my own spiritual field. And some people aren't saved because they're probably learning, but I have my own space to be with the people who support me. And I'm pretty sure when I come across these people, some of these people I've met before I come across, but they're down there. But a lot of those people were pushed up. But they're bringing a lot of people down here to be judged because they're asking questions about the things that I've exposed or talked about. But you hear people being tortured and screaming. But what it is these spirits and things they tied up for. And I said they signed up for hierarchies and doctrines that they weren't walking out. But now since people are talking about it, or since they've been exposed, the spirits are going to get them. So they go up there and do that. The spirits are actually working for me too, but they're working for God. It just works that way. So they're bringing them down here to tell them who they are, so then they leave and then they go out and live their life, and they got to do whatever task they sign up for. That doesn't mean mess with spirits, mean work with the spirits, doesn't mean anything like that, but the spirits are working. But the way I want to learn, God showed me how the spiritual realm works and everything in it. So if you want to ask God to connect with me, whether you're a Christian or not, you can ask God. But I want to say be on your best behavior about how it's set up. What happens is a lot of people, you really just leave the field and you go walk out whatever you were doing, whatever your punishment is, or whatever the exactment of justice is, and people aren't really paying you that much attention, because you have to pay attention when you're down there. You don't, but if you don't pay attention, you really ruin your spiritual life, and it goes out there into the real world. I also want you to know, be careful doing stuff like this. There's all types of people doing astral projection. I feel like a lot of these new kids aren't really doing a lot of witchcraft and stuff like they used to, but I do feel like the games and stuff are taking a toll. I showed you the Fortnite thing. But when you do these things, be careful, because law enforcement's cracking down, and they call it topside. That's anybody who does astral projection or like a witch or warlock. Some people are like tapping or dabbling in a witchcraft, and they go up there, they have all types of spiritual callings, or maybe you're involved in school, you join clubs, you have all these spiritual callings. Be careful, because there's always a fit or two that's tucked in there, and sometimes they give a badge to a person who's overweight up there, and they're sitting there for reasons because they know who they are. That's how they can do some of these raids and stuff. Person who's overweight, they'll give them a badge to basically rat everybody out. and all types of stuff happens. And they got cops involved. What they do is they clean up the whole thing. They put it in the documents in the government, and they'll release it one day. And the families are pretty hush hush about it. But a lot of them are relieved about the situation. But I just want to say, if you guys want to connect with me spiritually, I would say ask God, but be wise. Be wise about your intent too, because God's going to be there. He's going to meet you there. But just know, a lot of people have to go down there. They were getting tortured because they have to explain that they're hypocrites, liars, manipulators. There was people explaining all types of things down there. And there are people of notoriety. And I said, be worried of any celebrities that are in there. And they're not always the hottest person, but they all end up going down there to have to adjust who they are. And I'll talk about that has multiple meanings. But they brought people down. They have to adjust. They have to say that we're liars. We did this, we did that. We sold out. Now they have to go out there and walk this stuff out. They were brought down to my YouTube channel, my energetic field, or my personal field, however it's set up. But it's set up with God. It always is. But these people couldn't be Christians, so they're using God to do witchcraft, magic, all types of stuff. And that's not really the traditional way of the Bible way of doing it. I'm gonna explain that, but there's a system in America where they get caught up, and it's technically American nation. God's always right there. These other nations are underneath territorial spirits and other religious spirits or other religious hierarchies where they're not doing the same way. But I would just say, if you want to connect, I'll meet you there. You'll know what to do. Be careful. There's all types of little gimmicks and stuff in there. You don't really journey around the spiritual realm. But when they come down to my field, it's like God brings me down there, and stuff's already set up. So don't go in a situation looking to do stuff like that. And I know the way I like to work it though is people to be live, and if anything happens, you always go to God. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, you need to have the right mindset going into it, or I'm not really going to care, because you're going into it looking for something else, and that's what that is, whatever you got involved in, and then you need to walk that out with God. So I would say just ask God to connect with you, and he'll most likely bring you down there at the right timing. But there's people doing all types of stuff to learn who I am. But the people were asking questions. They brought them down there, and they gave the answers, and it seemed like they were pretty upset when they left. But this is what it is, guys. I just want to make a video and talk about that. And I know this video, it's been in my atmosphere, my spiritual atmosphere, to make this video and get it up there so we get some more people. But don't think I'm too worried about subscribers or viewers, guys. It's not really about that. It seems like a lot of these people want to come across, and we're going to start grouping up. And I'm not really in a space where I'm around a lot of people. I really don't have any friends. I don't have any family. I'm not really trusting anybody right now. I'm just walking with God. And I know God's trying to bring me low before I reach a precipice where I'm starting to attain a lot of the stuff that I already had. But a lot of the people who have the stuff that was given to me by God, they're not doing well, they're getting sick, or they're dying, and I can tell. And a lot of this is coming down there. The people are trying to get with me because they know, but they see their family members, it's the same type of thing, because they're not distributing what God should have had. So what I've really seen is God is killing the generation before, or killing a generation before, who weren't doing what they're supposed to. But it's an American thing. When I get to the other foreign countries, that's going to be a thing, but I've been patient. It seems like this is the better pace. But everybody's coming low to come to this YouTube channel, to ask where they are. Everybody's coming low right now. You can tell people are coming low, and that's when they die, and they get out the way. So guys, just ask God to connect, and I'll do more videos. I'll do more updates. If you have any questions or anything you want me to cover, just let me know. So hopefully this was if it inspires you, that's a good thing. But just go to God with an honest heart. I always told you guys that. God loves an honest heart. I took some videos down from back in the day. I didn't want to make it seem like the channel was riding too much off of exposing other people. But I have all the videos. It seems like I might come back to that, because some of these same people are going to start to answer for who they are, and they're starting to push back out there wherever they are in their ministries. But God's bringing people low to come down and answer. I'm a small YouTube channel, and then they leave. So that's a big deal. So the people got their answer. They go all the life, and he brought them down spiritually, and it's starting to get like that, where there's a lot of spirit on spirit. Now they got to go push out there and walk out what they signed up to do, and they never had to. They were privileged, and they used God the whole time. So maybe you start seeing more of it now, and they want to start pushing things out there. Whatever this for, I think, is just the beginning, but we've seen this before. And a lot of those rappers or people who represented that stuff, the actors, actresses, they're not even here today. When they start doing that, God really does cut it down. And he really does. But there's a wrap up in it. And I know there's a family angle, there's a personal angle, and how you wrap it up, make sure everybody's safe. So guys, just connect with God, be honest. And if you feel like God isn't real, and I know everybody knows, but whatever you're feeling, just confront God with an honest heart and see what he says. I'll be down there, I'll meet you there, if it's God's will. So, but just do what you're supposed to be doing. Make sure you have the right intent to come meet, because you might be meeting something else or whatever you're asking God about, and that's your journey instead of coming down to see me. And I wish you all the best. It's not about my YouTube channel. Uh, I guess in the atmosphere it is if you're trying to come to the channel part. It's not about my YouTube channel, but it's about understanding the fullness of God and appreciating Him. So thank you guys. If you want to keep me in your prayers, I'll be appreciated. That's pretty cool. And I've started to operate a little bit differently for people who aren't saved or who aren't Christian or who want to learn about God. So there is something to that, because I know there's kids and stuff or younger people, and they're waiting to see what their parents do in these times. So I'm kind of letting people know that if you just want to connect with God and walk it out and figure it out and meet God and then get saved, that's a valid thing. So I'm kind of changing the way I work a little bit. When I'm always telling them to ask God for yourself. That's a big thing now. Now people always kind of started ruling that. I know they started doing after me. It was spiritual. They say ask God for yourself after they give their explanation. I always say ask God for yourself. Like you can ask. I'll say ask God first, but I kind of get the human relation thing. So I'm being patient with people, just telling them to ask God directly, and He'll guide you, and you actually get that story with God, and then you get saved, or God keeps you safe, or gives you a cover till you get saved. Or if you are saved, you ask God, He'll answer your questions. He'll give you a cover, and you're in a better space. There's all types of church movement. There's all types of stuff going on. So there's more we can cover. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. And stay up.